Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of One Mic Conversations with your host, me, Schizo. My mother is still dealing with what she's dealing with, so this weekend she won't be back this Sunday, but the following Sunday, which would be the, Sunday, so Christmas Eve, probably. We might not be doing a show Christmas Eve. No, we might. We might do a show Christmas Eve. Maybe Christmas Eve we'll probably do the show. And then Monday's Christmas, I believe. So, let's see, today, let's see. Friday is the Friday's the 15th. 22nd is following next Friday. Then, Sunday would be the 24th. Yep, because Monday's Christmas. All right, so hopefully Christmas Eve she'll be back, going over everything and being on the show again. And all right, let's get into it. So, of course, today we're going to talk about the regular stuff. Word of the day, dreams, Thursday night football picks, go over this past Sunday, NFL scores and picks that me and my mother did. So, all right, so let's get into it. So, what week was this week? This past weekend is it week 14 or week 15? Let's see. NFL scores. All right, so let's see. What week was it? Let's see. All right, so this past weekend, was week 14. It started with the Patriots and the Steelers last Thursday, and the Steelers lost the Patriots 21-18. Me and my mother both picked the Steelers. So now we're going to go on to this past Sunday's games. All right, so the Bucks at the Falcons. Me and my mother both picked the Falcons. The Bucks won 29-25. So me and my mother are both 0-2 so far to start. Oof. All right, Rams versus Ravens. I had the Ravens. My mother had the Rams. And what's the score on that? The Ravens won 37-31. All right, next is the Lions at Bears. Me and my mother both had the Lions. And let's see, where is it? The Bears beat the Lions 28-13. The Lions I believe are going to make the playoffs this year. So I still believe that they're going to make the playoffs. They're having some bad games right now, but I think they're going to make the playoffs and maybe even win a game. So we'll see what happens. Next up, Colts at Bengals. Me and my mother both picked the Colts, and the Bengals won. Bengals won 34-14. Wow, me and my mother are doing bad this weekend. Holy shit. Wow, Jags versus Browns. Browns will beat the Jags 31-27. Whew. All right, so next up, Panthers at Saints. Let's see. Panthers at Saints. Where are you? Panthers at Saints. Saints won 28-6. Me and my mother both picked the Saints. Let's see what else. Raiders, Vikings. Vikings at Raiders. Me and my mother both picked the Raiders. The Vikings won 3-0. I believe that was the lowest scoring game ever, isn't it? 3-0. I mean, the only thing that could beat that is a safety. 2-0, a safety, and other team getting 0. So, all right, the Raiders lost. Okay. Next is Seahawks at 49ers. Me and my mother both picked the 49ers. The 49ers won 28-16. All right, next, Bills at Chiefs. I had the Bills. My mother had the... Nope. Me and my mother both had the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, I believe, lost at the end. And 20-17. People were saying stuff about this past Sunday about the fact that the offsides call. He was offsides. It's some people are saying, he's usually warned. Even some wide receivers, I said they're usually warned, but he was so much offsides that he was looking the way the ball was and where the ball exactly was. For him not to realize that he was probably over and offsides, and it's not the referee's job to make sure you're lined up properly all the time. That's your responsibility as a player, as a coach. It's their responsibility to make sure they're lined up on right and everything. So that's on Kadarius Toney. He was staring right down the line. I mean, he's that close enough to see where the ball is. That's on him. And it ended up eradicating a great play. Travis Kelce caught the ball, lateraled it back, tossed it back. And Toney, the guy who caused the offside penalty, is the one who scored the touchdown, but it was called back, and the Bills ended up, winning 20-17. There's no guarantee that was going to be the winning play because there was still time on the clock for the Bills to come back, like a minute and something, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So, but, it was a simple thing, don't be offsides. But now you're going to see people and players, paying attention to offsides now, because they're going to call it. And I think it is offside, so it should have been called. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been. And, in the way Patrick Mahomes reacted at the end of the game like that it was uncalled for. And the way he acted in the press conference was uncalled for. I can understand you're frustrated and everything, but you shouldn't be frustrated with the refs because they did their job correctly in that situation. You should be mad at the wide receiver who was offsides, clearly offsides, can even see for himself by looking at the ball, see whether or not he's offsides. So, and he was close in. Now, what I've heard players say is that if you're more towards the line, like towards the out of bounds, closer to out of bounds, the refs will kind of help you go, you gotta go back a little bit. You can go a little bit closer. It does happen. Even I think on defense, somebody said, or on offense, they'll say that to a wide receiver, if they're far away from the ball, and let them know that they're lined up okay, or that you got to move back a little bit. But when you're right in next to the ball and you could clearly see your toes and the ball, see if it's lined up that close, no, there was no excuse for that. So it got away from, a great play, a highlight reel probably for years to come was erased. That it happens. There's been so many type of plays like that got erased because of a holding call, offsides on defense, holding on offense, holding on defense because of an interception that ran back. So it happens. So, but unfortunately, that was just bad. And then the way they acted, Andy Reid saying that it's an embarrassment for the NFL. Not really. No, it's not. It's an embarrassment for the wide receiver, Toney, for not paying attention. He's standing that close. For him to be that close and be offside, that's on him. It looks bad for him. It's not an embarrassment to the league. It's embarrassment to him. All right, so, and I think looking at the replay, Andy Reid's smart enough to know that. He's a great coach. I'm a Giants fan. Didn't like when he was with the Eagles because the Eagles would win. And I'm a Giants fan. But I got to admit, he built a great team in Philadelphia. He built a great team. They went to, I think, 5 consecutive NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl appearance with the Eagles. I mean, he's an incredible coach. And he's done that with 2 separate teams now, have built Super Bowl caliber teams 2 separate times now in his career. He's an incredible coach. Incredible coach. But in this one, he's wrong. And then after the press conference for Patrick Mahomes, the way he acted and blaming, it was bad. And I think he apologized, didn't he, or no? Or he hasn't apologized yet. I'm not sure. I don't know if he apologized or not yet. So, all right. So let's see. Next, we have what's the next one. Let's see. Come on. Wait. Hold on. All right. Next up, it's the Broncos versus Chargers. Where? I had the whole thing out. Oh, here we go. Broncos at Chargers. Broncos won 24-7. I had the Broncos. My mother had the Chargers. You know, the Chargers, I mean, have come back from nothing. Where did they start out at? I mean, they're 7-6 now. They could make the playoffs, which we're going to talk about the playoff picture after I go through the scores, but they could possibly make the playoffs. Unbelievable. I mean, they lost like 70-21 or something, right? Something like that. So let's see. Let's go over the Broncos schedule and the games they played and go over what their record was at some point. So let's see. Where are you? Preseason. NFL preseason. Where's the regular season? Okay, wait. I'm going to have to look somewhere else. Let's see. There you go, Denver Broncos schedule. All right, here we go. All right, they lost week 1, week 2, week 3. Week 3 was the Miami Dolphins, the 70-20. That's 0-3. They were 0-3. Then they beat Chicago 1-3. Lost to the Jets 1-4. 1-5 by week 6. Then 2-5, 3-5, 4-5, 5-5, 6-5, 6-6. They beat the Chargers 7-6. Wow, they were 1-5 at one point. Hold on. They were, right? 1, 2, 3, 0-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, and now are 7-6. Wow, that's a turnaround for Sean Payton's first year. Amazing. Wow. And they're in second place in the AFC West. The Chiefs, I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to go. I want to go over that in a little while with the standings and everything in the NFL playoff picture. All right, so yeah, I had the Broncos. My mother had the Chargers. So let's see. Eagles at Cowboys. I had the Eagles. My mother had the Cowboys. I believe the Cowboys won, didn't they? Let's see. I gotta go back to the schedule. NFL scores, not schedule scores. Let's see here. Week 14. The Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboys won 33-13. Yeah, that was a. I thought the Cowboys won. I just had to double check, but yeah, they were. Wow, I mean the Cowboys beat on the Eagles, but the Eagles haven't been doing that great lately. So I don't know what's going to go on with them. So, all right, next we have Dolphins at Titans. The Titans won 28-27, which I couldn't believe it. I mean, I thought that the Dolphins were going to destroy them, but they didn't. So, all right, last, Giants beat the Packers 24-22. Let's talk about, first of all, you know, Tommy DeVito seems to be getting better. You know, I think he's lit a fire into this team, and I think the team is being more cohesive, you know, as the year goes on. I mean, this is his second year under Brian Daboll. They started off rough, injuries, you know, and with Daniel Jones, you know, going through what he was going through with it, you know, Daniel Jones could have actually did the same thing, maybe. But next season, it's going to be off season during during training camp next season. It might be Tommy DeVito versus Daniel Jones for the starting job. And if that happens, I don't know, you know. We'll see what happens next year. I mean, I think they're like $40 million for Daniel Jones, so we'll see what happens, you know. And during the game, was it warm-ups? Pre-game warm-ups or something. For some reason, Daniel Jones, you know, ends up being really good next year. I only think they're going to give him next year. After that, I think they're going to get out of the contract if he doesn't do anything next year. And if he doesn't do anything next year or he's doing bad, I think they're going to put Tommy DeVito in. I don't know how long they would go with him, though. You know, he's undrafted, free agent. You know, look at Tony Romo. He's an undrafted free agent. Look what he did. You know, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. Look what he did. Russell Wilson, he was a 3rd. Drew Brees was a 2nd. Jalen Hurts was a 2nd. Lamar Jackson, I think, was the last pick of the 1st round or something. So it does happen when lower picks end up having a great career and doing fantastic. So yeah, and a lot of undrafted free agents too in other positions. So we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see how Tommy DeVito does. It just sucks for Daniel Jones because I don't think he really had a great opportunity with all the changes that were going on. So I think he kind of got screwed the first, years that he'd been playing. So I think he got kind of screwed. So yeah, I think Daniel Jones got screwed. You know, he didn't have time. It was constantly changing. So I don't think he really had enough time to really have a cohesive unit with his wide receivers. The offensive line has sucked for years now, ever since, Coughlin left, I think. So we'll see what happens. So, all right. So me and my mother did bad with our picks. I ended the weekend, including Thursday this past weekend, 5-9 on my picks, and my mother was 4-10. That's horrible. I think that's the second worst I've done all season long. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about the playoff picture. So let's talk playoffs. NFL playoff picture. Let's see here. I don't know if no, let's go to the other one, another website. Here we go. Gonna have to make my own little. Okay, so AFC, NFC. Did the 49ers already clinch playoff spot? So that's odd. Why is it? All right. Okay. No. Yeah, it doesn't look right. Let me go here. Hold on. I'm trying to find a proper, good. Here we go. Let's see what this one's like. All right, here we go. For the AFC, Ravens are number 1, Dolphins are 2, Chiefs are 3, Jaguars are 4, Browns are 5, Steelers are 6, Colts are 7. Texans can make it, Broncos could, Bengals, Bills. All right, so the Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills are 7-6. Raiders are 6-8. Jets are 5-8. Yeah. So I doubt the Raiders are going to get in. So let me see who they face. The Raiders are against the Chargers. You know what? The Chargers can win this week. Texans have the Titans. Texans could win that. Broncos have Detroit. Broncos, with the way they've been playing, they could win that. And then Detroit could also win. Bengals at Minnesota. Bengals could win that. Bills at Dallas. Bills could win that. So, eliminated are the Patriots in the AFC. Now, the NFC, we have 49ers 1, Cowboys 2, the Lions 3, Buccaneers 4 at 6-7. Really, Buccaneers are 6-7. It might be one of those seasons where a team that went under 500 by maybe a few games could make the playoffs, I think, right? Let's see, NFC South. Who else is in? I'll take a look. All right, so Buccaneers 6-7. They're at 4. Eagles 10-3. They're at 5. Vikings 7-6. They're at 6. Packers are 6-7 at the 7th seed. So a wild card could even get in under 500. Wow. Well, in the NFC, there could be 2 teams that are under 500 from what I'm looking at that can make. Oh, no, wait. No. Right. Wow. All right. So at 8, the Rams on the bubble, in the hunt on the bubble, whatever. The Rams, 6 and 7. And the 8, Seahawks, 9, 6 and 7. Falcons, 6 and 7 at 10. Saints are 11 at 6 and 7. The Giants are 5 and 8 at 12. I mean, they could win. I mean, they have the Saints. They could beat the Saints. So it's possible the Giants can still make the playoffs. Wow. Yeah, so it's possible. We'll see what happens in the next weeks, the weeks to come. But yeah. Well, all right. We still got some weeks. We'll see what happens with the NFL. The 49ers are 1. I think I said that before for NFC. All right. So that's football. We'll see what happens. I mean, I just wish they had it set up to where who goes against who. And on this page, they don't have it. If the playoffs started, So yeah. The Jags are first in the AFC South. Well, Texans are right behind them, though. All right. Well, all right, moving on. It's a football story, but not a football story. Apparently, the Jags employee stole like $20 million. What was it? $20 million. Hold on. Let me look that up. Hold on. Jags employee. Employee pleads guilty to charges over a team that $22 million over 4 years. Wow, that's a lot of money over 4 years. What's funny is that, okay, his son, the owner of the Jaguars' son, I think works for him and also owns AEW Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling. And I remember when they did something and the AEW was there, I think, in there having a match or something they were running through, and something about the TVs. Well, they didn't have service or they had to pay their bill. I thought that was the Jags when he was in the building. So I thought it was funny. It's like, what if not paying the cable bill? I wonder if this was part of it because they couldn't find any of their money. Imagine if that was like one of the reasons why they didn't pay the cable bill that month, because it wasn't that far ago. So far back. So with the whole thing with the TV being out of service or something like that. No, the cable out of service or something. So it'd be really funny if that was a part of it. So yeah, I mean, wow, 22 million stolen. Oof. Also, I saw this past week. I saw recently Mr. Monk, Last Case. Mr. Monk. Well, Monk. That was the name of the show. It went off the air about 14 years ago. Great show for 8 seasons. It was on, I think, USA Network. Great show. The movie was okay. It brought everybody back. Had its moments and its funny parts and stuff, and so it was good for it being Monk and stuff. So I liked it. I watched Psych. I saw the Psych, movies. I watched Psych. But USA at one point had a great lineup. They had Psych, Monk, Unnecessary Roughness, In Plain Sight, Current Affairs, Covert Affairs, I think. Burn Notice. At one point they had a great run of television series for a while there. White Collar. I heard they might bring White Collar back. I think Matt Bomer, whatever his last name is pronounced. I read that he said something about they were talking about bringing back the character Neil Cafferty in some way. That would be pretty cool to see a TV movie like they did with Monk and the Psych. So, and what was the other one? It was The Dead Zone. That was good. That was a good series. Dead Zone was a good series. That was really good. Dead Zone. So hopefully they make a TV movie, Neil Cafferty, the white collar one, to see, where they're at now. So I would look forward to that and watch that as well. So, The Monk could have been a little bit better, but, it's been 14 years and, they wanted to see how everything is now. So, it is what it is. Not the best movie, but it could have been better, but, was good. All right. So next we have, Thursday night picks. I don't think I did before. Chargers at Raiders for Thursday night. Me and my mother both picked the Chargers, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. Word of the day is taradiddle. Now, taradiddle means, let's see. Taradiddle. A petty lie, a pretentious nonsense. So a petty lie or pretentious nonsense. Apparently it's a British word. So taradiddle. That's today's word of the day. And then dreams. My mother did pick out, she's always been picking out the dream thing no matter what. So I just ask her and have her pick it, and then same thing with her picks. She tells me her picks, and then I just say them all on here. So all her picks are her picks. She's still picking the dream words, and I picked the word of the day, by the way. The dream word for today is chapel. All right, chapel. To dream of a chapel denotes dissension in social circles and unsettled business. To be in a chapel denotes disappointment and change of business. For young people to dream of entering a chapel implies false loves and enemies. Unlucky unions may entangle them. Wow. Different than what I thought it would be. To chapel. Wedding. Happiness. But no. Again, chapel. To dream of a chapel denotes dissension in social circles and unsettled business. To be in a chapel denotes disappointment and change of business. For young people to dream of entering a chapel implies false loves and enemies. Unlucky unions may entangle them. Chapel for dreams. Wow. Did not expect that. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for listening if you did. That's it for today. So, and on that note, this has been one Mike Conversations. Well, actually before, I'm still putting out feelers for guests, and I'm going to have guests on, hopefully with the next couple weeks from now. And, starting end of December, I'm hoping towards the end of December or beginning of January, I'll have episodes with guests out, interviewing guests and have them out. So, all right, so we're going to end it there. Again, this is One Mic Conversations with Schizo, and I'm out. See you later.